What's going on? This is the Otis Julius Show, episode 5. This episode is brought to you by our good friends in Nycorp. That's right, Nycorp. They're a company out of the Des Moines, Iowa area. They offer fully autonomous lawnmowers. They also have Rover pool cleaners. And they recently got a DJI drone reseller's license. Yeah, they're super rad people. They are actually sponsoring me a drone so I can grab some footage on this tour. Super stoked about it. They're awesome people, really cool people. If you need anything in the industry that is drone, autonomous related, hit them up first before you shop somewhere else. That is Nycorp. Thank you so much. Let's dive into Otis news. Guess what? Tour, and a new song. That's right. Yeah, going on the last Wednesday tour with Chris Webby, Whitney Payton, Jaron Benton, myself, and I'm going to have DJ Strasto with me, and I'm going to have Shots by Eagle out there video capturing everything. Super stoked about the tour. I leave to fly out in like 2 or 3 days, and I'm going to get into Omaha, Nebraska, meet up with DJ Strawstone. We're going to run over some rehearsals. Then we've got a free tour kickoff in Sioux. I got to always say the Sioux's with the state or else I get lost. There's Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Sioux City. I will have a free show in Sioux City, Iowa. That's a tour kickoff. Please come out to that show. Come hang out. We're going to do that on Sunday the 19th. Free show at the Icky Nickel. And then we're going to be running rehearsals for a couple days. And then the first show of tour is, I believe, the 22nd in Ohio. Come to a show. That's Otis News. Also, I worked really hard to try to get a sunglass endorsement for several years, and nobody wanted to sponsor me. So I decided to start my own sunglass company. And I've had 2 releases. I just dropped, well, I haven't dropped it yet. It's for tour. But I just received my 3rd drop of sunglasses. And I want to talk about them. These are the OJ2s. These came out a couple years ago. They sold so well, I reprinted them for this tour. Love these glasses, but the OJ3s are here on the table with me. OJ3, they're these really fun paint jobs. And guess what, man? They're flippers. How dope is that? Super rad. Love them. They've got the extendable arms in case you've got a fat head or whatever the case is. Maybe you got a really long head. I don't know. But 2 different colorways, blue and yellow, both neon, both fun splatter, both flippers. Super stoked about how these turned out. Come grab a pair on tour. Like I said, it's my 3rd drop of sunglasses. I've had, every drop I've had is sold out. At some point, I want to look at getting these in stores, but right now, they're really only available on tour. Come grab a pair. Yeah, also, new song. Caitlin and Sophie dropped this last week. Super dope. I was stoked about the experience. I was guest on 2 different podcasts to talk about it. I think the song is super rad. Shout out to DJ Strawstone for featuring. Shout out to Ian McDaniel for making the beat and for recording and for mixing. Shout out to Ken Dudley for mastering. Shout out to Jason Bob and Obscure Diamond for making the single art. It's a rad song. Caitlin and Sophie. Go stream that any and everywhere. Please. Let me know what you think about it. Yeah, I'm like ready for tour. Everything that I need to do is done. There's a couple little stressful points that I need to get figured out, but guess what, man? I'm ready. Let's go kill these shows. I'm super stoked about it. It's like I've been working my entire career to get to this point, and we're finally here, and I'm ready to go and like solidify. Let's go do this. Super excited about it. If you're in the Midwest, come to a show. Go buy your ticket now. Ticket sales are going well, really well, so make sure you get a ticket. Yeah, that's all I got for Otis News. Let's jump into tour tips. My tour tip of the day is advance. Now, what does advance mean? Well, advance means whenever you have booked a show and you're getting ready for the show, you advance any information you need to to the promoter, the venue, whatever that looks like. Now, they don't need to know what hotel you're staying at. They don't need to know, hey guys, I'm playing my own original music. No. Advancing is going to be something a little bit different. Like, if I am touring with a 15-passenger van and a trailer and the total length is 30 feet, I'm going to tell them I've got 30 foot of parking that I need to advance. That way they can get to the venue the night before or early in the morning and put out orange cones and save you a nice parking spot right by the venue. That way you don't got to pay the city parking fee or anything like that. Advance your parking. What else does advance look like? Advance is like, hey, I'm touring with a LED video wall and I need to be in the door at noon so that my technicians can start setting it up. That's something you need to advance so that the venue knows, hey, we got to clear the drum riser. There can be no drum riser because there's a video wall, and then you advance the specs and everything like that. There's some other things that you can advance as a opener that you don't like. You would typically advance those to like the promoter, and he could tell you like whether or not that's gonna fly. But just communicate if you're doing anything other than getting on stage with a mic. Like, I would advance it, just to make sure. And another thing that I think people, not necessarily headliners, depending on the situation, I guess, headliners will often advance their entire tech sheet. But if you're like an opener and you decide you want to bring your own wireless mic or your own in-ear monitors, you should advance that. And there's a good chance that they might tell you no anyway. It just really depends. But advance what's going on. That's my tour tip of the day. Advance. Make sure you advance. I got my stuff advanced for this tour. I'm bringing a projector screen, and then I got an oversized vehicle I need parking for, so that's all being advanced. Branding tip of the day. Let's get into that. And my branding tip is stand behind your product. Get behind your brand. Now, we've already talked about being the face of your brand. We've already talked about helping to push your brand, but you really have to believe in your brand. And what that looks like is when I say stand behind your brand, do not have your brand be like, we're alcohol free, we're a completely sober band, and then be drinking at the bar with the fans. Like, don't be behind your brand. Like, that's not being behind your brand. Another example is like, we're a family-friendly project. Bring the whole family out. And then your music is like super vulgar and you have like offensive images on like a screen behind you or a tour banner or something like that. Tour banner is another thing you should advance. Going back to tour tips, let's move forward. If you're saying you're a family-friendly brand, make sure you are. Stand behind your brand. I think my brand kind of, if I have to put it in words, it's like family-friendly, punk-inspired hip-hop. It's like, I agree with that. I stand behind it, and I would love to have somebody tell me that's not true, because I would love to hear why they think that. But family-friendly music, punk-inspired, absolutely. Hip-hop, yeah, you better believe it. Stand behind your brand. Make sure that you can be the face of your brand. Make it authentic. People can tell when it's authentic, and that's really going to help your brand grow. So stand behind your brand. Also, advance. Tour tips, branding tips. All right. Episode 5, I told y'all I was going to tell you the story of the day that I got robbed on tour. And let's dive into that. Here is my tour story. The year is late 2017. Early 2017, I toured with MC Lars and Mega Ran all across the U.S. We did something like I think it was 28 shows in 32 days, all across the U.S., over 10,000 miles. I was living in Idaho at the time. I drove from my home in Idaho to New York, all the way down to Florida, all the way over to San Diego, and then back up. Like, we literally hit all 4 corners of the U.S. It was absolutely amazing. That moves into late 2017. I'm on tour with MC Lars, no Mega Ran this time, and we're doing just a West Coast run, and we go to play San Diego. Nope, we go to play San Francisco, DNA Lounge. Earlier that year, we had played Bottom of the Hill, and it was an amazing show, probably the best show of tour, super rad, great way to end the tour. This time we're at DNA Lounge. We get into San Francisco. I don't even remember where we were the night before. I think maybe Orange, California, if that sounds right. Maybe over by Folsom Prison, I think. But very, very short drive. We get into town early. We're in the Sprinter van, and we're like, ooh, we need to kill a little bit of time. We know from our experience earlier in the year that San Francisco is a very dangerous city as far as cars getting broken into. And, whenever we played at Bottom of the Hill earlier in the year, one of our advance forms from the venue they sent to us said, come here for load in at this time, park here. Bring everything in. Do not leave anything in your vehicle. It will get broken into. They said, don't leave trash. Don't leave sleeping bags, nothing. Bring everything in. So we did. They had this really big green room upstairs. We just dumped our entire van out inside the green room, and everything was fine. Fast forward, now we're at DNA Lounge. We get into town early. It's like 2 in the afternoon, maybe 3 in the afternoon. My bass player decides he's going to meet up with a friend, and they go off to get like food or something like that. And me and my drummer are like, all right, cool. Let's run into Costco right here and grab some ice cream. Costco's got cheap ice cream. It's great. So we parked like 3 in the afternoon in very residential San Francisco in a trafficked area outside of Costco. And we went in, and we were in for probably 15, 20 minutes. And no, it wasn't even that. It was like 15 or 10 minutes. And we came outside, and we kind of start walking towards the van, and I look, and they've got one of my doors like pried open. I had these like bus doors on the side of the Sprinter. It was an old shuttle bus, and they had pried those open, and somebody's leaving my van, and I'm like, no way. So I start running and yelling, help, 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 help. I look back at Jeff, and I'm like, call 911. And so I'm running up there, and the guy's getting the last stuff out of the van. He jumps into the getaway car, and the getaway car starts to drive away. And I throw my hand in the back window. The back window was still down to try to grab a bag out, and my arm gets stuck. The van or the getaway car takes off, turns the corner. My arm's stuck. He drags me around the corner, runs over my foot, and leaves me in the gutter. And I'm like, no way. So I get myself together, get up, we go in and check out the van, and I guess thankfully, we had this gear locker in the very back that was all completely built in, and so they weren't able to get into any of the gear. They had stole our suitcases and backpacks. It was just like, dang, that sucks. And so I call our bass player who's out with some friends. I'm like, hey, yeah, Rob, we got robbed. He's like, no way. So he comes over, and we're looking through what all was taken. Later on in that tour, we were gonna, after the MC Lars dates, we were gonna play some of our own headlining dates on the way back, and 2 of them I think were supposed to be in Mexico, and Jeff and Rob both got their passports stolen, so it's like, dang, that sucks. We're canceling that. Our door's all messed up from them breaking into it. It's like, we just got to cancel the rest of those dates. We're just going to finish off these MC Lars shows and then turn around and go home. And so we ended up having to put a big merch bin in between the step to get into the vehicle and the door to try to jam it closed because it was just stuck open. And it was just a living nightmare. All of our clothes got stolen. Rob had his laptop and his backup hard drive together because he runs this record label, and all of his information was on that. That was all stolen. And, me and Jeff had all of our clothes stolen. I think Rob had an extra bag that got left behind maybe. But, so I remember we got to DNA Lounge. Well, I guess first of all, the cops came. The cops could have cared less. I didn't really understand this at the time. Maybe I was young and naive, and also from small town Idaho. But like, yeah, the cops didn't care about this at all. So that was pretty wild. We called like the police station a few times with like our report number to see if they had anything returned or whatever, and we couldn't even talk to anybody. It was just ridiculous. Anyway, so that night we get to DNA Lounge, and we get loaded in with our gear, and thankfully we knew the openers on the show. This girl named Lex, the Lexicon artist. She was an opener, and she had her band with her. So we did this cool trade-off thing where I was like, yo, will you guys like sit in our van parked outside the venue because the door is just like permanently broken open currently? And they were like, yeah. So they sat in the van during our set, and then I had somebody go out and relieve them like after that. So that was really nice of them. But I remember it was such a good show. I had all this like built up frustration and anger inside of me from just getting robbed. And to be able to play this show and just kind of leave it all out on the floor felt so good. I remember I walked on, and we normally had this introduction thing. And I was just like, yo, we got robbed today. Pretty much what I have on is all that I got. And I took my shirt off because I knew it was my last shirt. I didn't want to like sweat through it. So I played the show in just like these like Adidas like sports shorts, I think. And yeah, it was such a fun show. We talked about getting robbed during the set. Afterwards, merch sales went really well. And then I'll never forget this, man. There's this dude who was just like, hey, I would like to donate something. I'm sorry that happened while you're in town, and hopefully it'll help out a little bit. I was like, yo, that's super dope. He's like, do you have like a PayPal or something? And this was before I was accepting credit cards or anything like that. So I was like, yeah, I think I got a personal PayPal. Let me check. And and so he sent me this PayPal donation. I was like, dude, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I finished up selling merch for the rest of the night. We loaded our stuff out, and as we were getting ready to get into the van to leave, I checked my phone, and I had like the PayPal notification, and I opened it up, and it was $500. And I was just like, no way. Like, this dude accidentally sent me $500. He was probably trying to send 5 or maybe 50. And so like I ran back upstairs to the promoter. I was like, yo, like, slim chance, but you happen to know this guy Chewy? And they're like, oh yeah, Chewy's like a regular here or whatever. And so I was like, do you have any idea like how I can get a hold of him or where he's at? Like he accidentally gave me too much money. I got to return some money to him. And she's like, he should actually. I think I just saw him down at the pizza shop downstairs. So I ran downstairs and I found him. I'm like, yo, we got to talk, man. I think you accidentally gave me $500. Like, I don't really know. Because at that point, transferring money back and forth isn't as easy as it is now with like Venmo and Cash App and everything like that. I wanted to make sure he got the right amount back and how much he actually wanted to donate. I was like, yo, what can I send you back or whatever? He's like, no. I work at Google. Like, I want to give you this money. I really appreciate you guys. Keep going. And I was just like, that's crazy. That's so cool. And it was amazing. Gave him a big hug. And then I was like, yo, let me get like your Facebook or Instagram or something. He's like, you can have my Facebook, but like, or maybe it was Instagram. I don't remember. But he was just like, I don't really use it that much, really. And I'm like, okay, well, after this tour, when I get home, I'm going to send you like a merch package. So please send me a message with like your stuff. I'm going to send you a big thank you or whatever. And, yeah, it was absolutely crazy. Such a nice thing. Later that night, we drove to, we got out of San Francisco was the first thing we did. So we got out of San Francisco, drove to a Walmart. We had to go in and we had to buy like new underwear, new socks, new toothbrush. I bought some like, I think I bought like just a pair of pants or shorts or something like that. Jeff had to buy new clothes as well. And then I think we just wore like our own merch shirts for the rest of the tour because like Oh no, I bought like a pack of like white or gray t-shirts or undershirts or something like that. But like, yeah, it just sucked. Um, Coming from like the punk and hardcore scene or whatever, I feel like it's almost like this, like, I don't want to say rite of passage because I don't want to like put this on anybody, but it's like this thing where like bands get robbed on tour, and it's part of it. It's kind of the same thing as like breaking down, or like it's just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, that sucks, that happened to you. People get robbed, and it was just like, okay, well, this happened. Hopefully it never happens again. It sucks. Yeah, it was a pretty miserable experience. We cut the tour short because we had the 2 Mexican dates. Mexico. Probably Mexico. We cut the tour short because we had like 2 Mexico dates, and then a handful of like Southwest dates we were going to do, come back up to like Grand Junction and stuff. I was like, I just want to get home. This sucks. And yeah, it was a bummer. That's the time that we got robbed. Like I said, stuck my arm inside the getaway vehicle and got drug around a corner and got my foot ran over. And just a wild night to be on the road, that's for sure. Very thankful we were all okay. Very thankful it wasn't more bad than it was. I know we posted about it, and somebody donated my bass player a computer that he was able to use until he was able to get a new one for himself. I think that was super rad, just watching the community come together to kind of help us out. Like I said, we got that donation from Chewy, and yeah, just crazy. Very thankful that happened in 2017 and not now. Don't wish it upon anybody. It was a horrible experience. That is my tour story. Most of my tour stories are probably somewhat funnier. That one was just a story about how I got robbed. All right, let's hop into our lyrical breakdown. I figured it would be very fitting to go over Caitlin and Sophie, or at least my verse, because that's the brand new song that we just dropped. You can listen to it anywhere. Caitlin and Sophie, I got the first verse. DJ Strawstone has the second verse, and I'm going to go over my verse.
Welcome to WNBA Jam.
Let me tell a story about a woman I know. She done stormed the league and put on a really good show. Her hair is long, her eyes are dark, and she's ready to go. And when it comes to rain, she's unstoppable. It's Caitlin Clark coming in, and she's ready to win. The league don't like her, lit a fire, and it's burning within. Rookie season, she just killed it, but they show her no love. That's why I flew the mic Shinoda to show you what she made of. She got that 10% luck, more than 20 is skill, 15% concentrated, ready to kill, 5% pleasure in the league, bring the pain. That's why she got Sophie Cunningham in the game. I said it's Caitlin, it's Sophie.
I just start saying, let me tell a story about a woman I know. She done stormed the league and put on a really good show. Her hair is long, her eyes are dark, and she's ready to go. And when it comes to rain, she's unstoppable. And that's like the opening intro. I kind of wanted to add a little bit of mystery headed into like when the beat actually drops, just like, who is this woman that he's talking about? And then, your first hint is when it comes to rain, she's unstoppable. It's like, that's dope. Okay, cool. What is this range? Is she shooting a gun? Is she what is this range? What is this range? And then it's obviously 3-point range. And she's unstoppable. And then the beat drops. It's Caitlin Clark coming in, and she's ready to win. The league don't like her, lit a fire, and it's burning within. That's the first introduction. Say her name. It's Caitlin Clark coming in, and she's ready to win. The girl's a natural born winner. She is a winner. She won in college. I'm assuming she won in high school. She's just a great player. Coming in, ready to win. The league don't like her, lit a fire, and it's burning within. Like, she's not nearly received the credit that she deserves. She's been kind of snubbed on some important things. And I think it's pretty crazy how somebody who can come into the league and really, really grow the league and their branding to far beyond the next step, multiple steps later, doesn't get the appreciation and thanks that she deserves. And she's done a lot for the league. It's pretty crazy. Pre-Caitlin Clark, you could go to a WNBA game, and they had like entire like sections and halves of the arena closed because people weren't coming to games. And now ticket prices are up, arenas are full. It's crazy. The league don't like her, lit a fire, and it's burning within. You can tell she plays with that chip on her shoulder, and it's great. I love watching it. I love watching that fuel and drive her instead of like quitting or giving up or whatever. Rookie season, she just killed it, but they show her no love. And like, again, that's just like the league not recognizing what they got right there. An amazing rookie season. She adjusted really well. That's why I hit the Mike Shinoda to show you what she made of. Mike Shinoda is obviously like the lead guy in Fort Minor, and he's also a member of Lincoln Park. And, you know, this was just my little tribute to him. And I started and I say, she got that 10% luck, more than 20 is skill, 15% concentrated, ready to kill, 5% pleasure in the league, bring the pain. That's why she got Sophie Cunningham in the game. Yeah, really cool music. I'm sure you've heard that song, Fort Minor. It's amazing. That's just my little kick to them. 5% luck, like, yeah, more than likely, like, you got to have luck in a game, for sure. But more than 20 is skill, absolutely. Like, Caitlin Clark is just full of skill. 15% concentrated, ready to kill. And that's kind of like a dead-eye sniper, like, three-point sniper, like, yeah, she's killing it, you know. That's the emphasis on that, and I really wanted to go heavy on the backing there, like ready to kill. You really hear it stands out because like she's just dead on with her threes. 20% pleasure in the league, bring the pain. That's why she got Sophie Cunningham in the game. And that the league bring the pain again is just like the league not really taking care of her. You know, you look at the NBA and it's all about, well, not so much anymore, but at one point it was really about like protect LeBron and like your star players, protect them, give them that like star power specialty privilege, I guess, and that's not happening to Caitlin, and she's getting beat up and thrown down and smacked around on the court. And I'm just like, yeah, the league bring the pain. They're not gonna keep people from doing that. And then there's the final line that introduces Sophie Cunningham. And Sophie's the player that was recently acquired by the Indiana Fever, who that same game that Caitlin got thrown on the ground and the big shoulder and push poked in the eye. And then Sophie came down and put the girl in a headlock and threw her down. And it's just like, that's the enforcer right there. It's like, you know what? You're gonna treat our star like that. Watch this. We're gonna put in Sophie, and like, yeah, it's an amazingly fun song. Go listen to it. I'm stoked with how it turned out. I would love to know what you guys think about it. That is our lyrical breakdown. This is episode 5 of the Otis Julius Show. Episode 6 and maybe 7, I have to look, are going to take place while I'm on the road. It will be a new environment. I don't know what that's going to look like yet. But yeah, please comment on this and follow, subscribe, do all of that fun stuff. That being said, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for episode 10 coming in 5 more weeks. We're halfway there. I'm going to tell the story about the time that I saved somebody's life while I was in Iowa. Absolutely wild story. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Shout out to Night Court for the sponsorship. And we will see you on the road with Chris Webby, Jaron Benton, Whitney Payton, Otis Julius. I'll have my dude DJ Strawstone on the road with me and Shots by Eagle. And I cannot wait. I'll see you next time.